Planets in the solar system. For kids, our solar system is made up of the sun and the planets that orbit around it. Today, we are going to talk about some interesting facts about the sun and the 8 unique planets that make up our solar system. Here is an interesting fact. The sun is approximately 93 million miles away from the Earth. Scientists estimate that it takes about 8 minutes for the light of the sun to travel to Earth, which means that the sunlight you are feeling on your face right now left the surface of the sun 8 minutes ago. Wild, right? The sun is actually a star, but it is much closer to the Earth than all of the other stars in the galaxy. And, like other stars, the sun is mostly a big ball of gases, including hydrogen and helium. There are 8 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Some of these planets are huge, and others are small. Some planets have moons, and others do not. The path or orbit the planets take when traveling around the sun is oval-shaped, and each planet takes a different amount of time to orbit the sun. For example, it takes the Earth about 365 days to orbit the sun. So, 1 year on Earth equals 365 days long. The farther away a planet is from the sun, the longer it takes to complete its orbit. While the planets are orbiting around the sun, they are also rotating, or spinning. The amount of time it takes for a planet to spin around one time equals the length of 1 day. On Earth, 1 day equals 24 hours. On Mercury, it is 60 Earth days. Let's jump into our spaceship and look at each planet individually so we can learn some more interesting facts. We are going to start with Mercury, which is the planet closest to the sun. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. It is a rocky planet covered in craters. The sun is so hot, it pushes the atmosphere away. It has been known since ancient times because it can be seen without advanced telescopes. Oh, and guess what? Mercury has no moons. Next up is Venus. Similar in size to Earth, it is the hottest planet of them all, with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and clouds made of sulfuric acid. The rocky planet also has lots of mountains and active volcanoes. Here is a fascinating fact. It is so hot on Venus that metals like lead would not be solid. They would be puddles of liquid. Venus is unique because it rotates in the opposite direction of most of the other planets. It has no moons and can be easily seen in the night sky without a telescope. The Earth is a rocky planet with 1 moon. It is the only planet in our solar system that we know of that supports life. 70% of the Earth's surface is made up of water. The Earth's atmosphere has just the right amount of thickness to protect the planet from the sun and meteorites, and provides plenty of oxygen for us to breathe. Mars. This rocky planet is a cold desert world with 2 moons, and is about half the size of Earth. Sometimes Mars is called the red planet because of rusty iron in its soil. Mars has seasons, and at one time probably had flowing water, There are signs of ancient floods, but now the only water on the planet is found in icy soil and thin clouds. There may also be liquid, salty water in the ground, too. Scientists are super interested to study Mars in order to see if the planet could sustain life in the future, and have sent rovers to explore the planet's surface. Here's an interesting fact. Mars is the only planet where we have sent rovers. What is that rocky area between Mars and Jupiter? It is the asteroid belt, which contains rocky, irregularly shaped bodies called, you guessed it, asteroids. While we pass through it, let's take a minute to review. True or false? Venus is the coldest planet in the solar system. False. Venus is the hottest planet. Fill in the blank. Mars has blank moons. 2 moons. True or false? 70% of Earth's surface is made up of water. True. Great job. Now let's head to Jupiter. Jupiter is the first gas giant planet we are visiting, which means we definitely could not stand on its surface because it is made up of hydrogen and helium. It is our solar system's biggest planet, and you might be familiar with its huge red eye, which is actually the site of huge continuous storms. Here is an interesting fact. Jupiter has at least 79 moons, the most of all the planets. Plus, it has rings, but they're very hard to see. Saturn. Also a gas giant made of hydrogen and helium, Saturn has a thick atmosphere and is probably best known for its beautiful, distinct rings. There are 7 main rings with spaces in between, and each ring is made up of groups of tiny ringlets, made of ice chunks and rocks. Also, Saturn has at least 53 moons. Want to know an interesting fact about Saturn? The famous astronomer Galileo saw Saturn through a telescope way back in the 1600s. Uranus. Discovered in 1782 by a British astronomer named William Herschel, Uranus is an ice giant, which means that it is mostly made of flowing icy materials. Things like water, methane, and ammonia fluids that surround a small rocky center. Its atmosphere is thick with hydrogen and helium, but also methane, which is what makes it blue in color. Uranus has 13 rings, the outer ones being the most colorful, and 27 moons. Like Venus, Uranus rotates in the opposite direction. And unlike any other planet, it rotates on its side. Last but not least is Neptune. Neptune is the farthest planet away, and it takes 165 Earth years to rotate once around the Sun, which means that 1 year on Neptune equals 165 years on Earth. Neptune is an ice giant, like Uranus. And like Uranus, it gets its color from the methane in its atmosphere. Neptune is made of a thick fog of water, ammonia, and methane over an Earth-sized center. It has 6 rings, but they are difficult to see, just like Jupiter's rings. Neptune also has 13 moons, but it may have more that have yet to be discovered. Wow, talk about a whirlwind trip across the solar system. Let's see what you remember about these last 4 planets. Which planet is the only one that rotates on its side? Uranus. True or false? Saturn is the planet that has the most moons. False. As of right now, Jupiter has the most moons. Well done, space explorers! The solar system is an amazing place, filled with 8 planets that have their own unique characteristics. The next time you look at the night sky, see if you can spot some of the cool planets and remember what you have learned. Maybe one day, you will be a scientist or astronomer